Okay, welcome back. Well, it was unanimous. Not really, but I'm going to do a small playthrough for the Drifter. I made some easy black and white poster board maps. As you can see, this is kind of like a desert. Here I penciled and inked some cactus in there, some small stones and sand. So he's out. So you can be out in the desert. Grasslands. I based this all off of. Let me show you what I did here. This map that comes with the Drifter. You can see here they have mountains, forest, marshland, grassland, desert, town, and railroad. I didn't do the railroad yet. Rivers and lakes, I didn't do these quite yet. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do, I'll take it session by session. It's not going to be too long. You know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll just do a one-shot playthrough, or maybe I'll do 2 or 3. We'll see. So I got grasslands here. Pretty easy to draw that. You know, indicates grass, some stones in there, whatever. And then forest with a river running through it. You know. And I'll get around to coloring these eventually. In the swampland. So there you go. Pretty simple, nothing too complex. Just something where you get the general idea. And I can always put more land minis, more trees on here from my from all the little token minis I made. Okay, so what else? What else do I got here? I got the dice here with the pips, the black and red to add to the theme. You know, going a little bit more old school, the non-numbered 6-siders. This game uses a 4-sider, and I believe an 8-sider. Maybe some other dice, I can't remember, but I got these ready, and the other dice ready for now. Also, I have these cool red poker chips, which is come in very handy in my solo role-playing and my general role-playing in groups as a DM. These I got from a Texas Hold'em dice game, and you can find cheap poker chips around somewhere, probably your local dollar store. So poker chips and the pip dice are great for the theme of the Drifter. And then these I have from another game. I use these all the time as little token markers to track things. Some of the games I've made and other games, and I got these from the inside of the proton stream rings in Ghostbusters, and they had these little holes. You can punch these out, and these rings are like donut holes, but they're supposed to go over ghosts. So the middle of them, it's like, well, what do you do with the middle of them? Well, you use them for other games. So there you go. That's how you do it right there. Also, I wanted to show you what we'll be using on the map. I was talking about it before in the intro. See all these hexes? I know the light's kind of, there's a lot of glare here. It's no really getting around it. They have you print these out. You know, and every time you come across a town or a landmark, I forgot what the numbers are for. Say, for example, here's a town. You know, and I glued these on poster board too, so they're a little bit more sturdier. This one must have fallen off. I glued them on with a glue stick, so you know, yeah, see, it's a blank one. Also, by cutting these out, you can home, you know, you can customize and home rule your own little things that you come across, own little landmarks. So that's something to keep in mind, which is very cool. This is a highly customizable game, I think. So let's say, let's see, there's your town right there. You come across a small shack somewhere in the forest. And put that right there. Okay. So I don't really have a method for keeping them on there. This probably means like a poker game or something. I could use maybe some kind of poster gum to keep them on there if I wanted to do that. But you get the gist. You get the gist. So yeah. Also, I do recommend these things. You can get these, I believe these are at Michael's. As you can see here, I got all sorts of tokens that I've made for characters and NPCs and monsters. And they just kind of screw on. And then you can throw it in a pocket and go, which is nice. Instead of bringing a whole case, which is what I have for a lot of my characters. So there you go, there's the map. This is cool because this teaches you, I think, the fundamentals of a hex grid. And which is something I always was curious about in the Forgotten Realms stuff, box set, but I never used. Because I couldn't quite put my head around it. But now that I understand it a little bit more with this, which is fine. It's pretty cool. So there you go. I'm going to use my dice tray here. Also, a good friend of mine made these Onan the Barbarian solo play cards. So I already determined the name of our lead character, and I made his token real quick, black and white. I'm going to call him Blake. Alright. So maybe he'll be wandering the desert. Okay. But I want to give him a little bit of a backstory to use. Because I always like using Geek Gamer's background method for a character to kind of give it more depth. Give a character and a campaign more depth. So these cards are fantastic. You can run a whole campaign just using these cards. They have other cards like them that you could probably get through drive-through RPG. They have the Mythic cards. They have the Adventure Crafter cards. So those are all great stand-ins too. But I like using these because these have a little bit of everything, and I'll show you. I've used these in other videos. So we'll say, okay, we got Blake here, and he needs $300, right? So what object is it? He's carrying, he has a dagger. Maybe this dagger has a certain kind of significance to him. Motivation, fear. Maybe he fears losing something in his life, so he carries a dagger around. Let's see. Subject, nature. Notice it's just a lot of random stuff, but you can kind of tie everything together. Maybe he fears... and he fears, he has a great respect for nature, and he carries a dagger with him because he knows that he's a survivor. He knows that this has this special significance to him that probably was given to him by a close, maybe Navajo friend or someone that, he shared the passion of the great outdoors with. So this tells you he's not really a city guy. Perhaps he's just, it has a certain significance to him. See what else. Farmer, NPC, action, leaps, place, tavern. So again, you can pick and choose what you want. And so maybe this dagger will tie in to his quest for the $300. Also, what's great about this is that he's got every dice roll on the top. So all you have to do is pick a card, and they'll have a new result for the dice roll. 6-sider's now 2. D3 is a 1. He's even got a D3 on here. D4 is a 3. D6 a 1. D8 is a 2. So you don't even need really dice. You can just draw these. And there you go. He's got the visual listen, look, feel, and smell right there. A gentle sneeze. So maybe Blake is just getting over a cold. again, you can pick and choose. Water, you feel the water dropping on your head, so maybe it just stopped raining. Cinnamon and sugar. So again, he's got some pictures of things that you can interpret for certain objects or actions maybe. Verb, kneel, adjective, puny, noun, stick. But my favorite, my personal favorite on these Onan cards, which have nothing to do with Conan, all right, is the dialogue. And the dialogue here, now I've used this before in the past for my custom Hero Quest games, but the more you get used to them, the better you get. So this dialogue here says, "It was you all along." So it obviously the character or the NPC or whatever he interacts with doesn't have to say that specifically. It's an accusation. So if Blake runs into a character and he accuses him of something, well, that's a good story starting point for a conflict. So maybe he wouldn't say it was you all along, but he could say something like, "Did you do that? I think it was you, wasn't it? You're the one that stole the money, you know." So he doesn't have to say those exact words, but it can be implied, or it can just be something through his actions that basically say something like that. So there you go. Also has an 8-ball on there, which is kind of cute. Cute. So there we go. Also, I'm going to show you some. Also, I just want to tell you, I took the time to clean my my studio desk here. You can tell it's absolutely perfectly. I mean, not a bit of ink or anything on it. But yeah, a little less busy. So these cards here, I'll show you what these are all converted from, because I have such limited space. I wanted to convert these tables, and you can see I just use simple tape after copying and you know, cutting them out on there. But I'll show you. You know, this channel I think is going to be about converting things to a small space, to portable solo questing. So this is the character sheet. I'll show you the tracking sheet. So this is your main character's tracking sheet right here. As you can see, it's big. Oh, that's not it. That's the partner. Let me show you. But again, these are full sheets here. Tracks your wounds, your hunch, your karma, your money, even equipment, weapons, points of interest. And basically what I did, I made that a card here that's easily used in pencil there, and I can use token. Say if he gets hit, he's got no wound, but if he gets hit by something light wound, his finesse is still at a 4. And if that's too big, I can always use one of these little tokens here. Light wound, medium wound, heavy wound. So you notice his finesse goes down a little bit the more wounded he gets. Okay, bounty. Those symbols represent different bounty levels. If he kills somebody, whether that's self-defense or not, the bounty can go up, which implies more dangerous things can happen, more challenging things can happen on the quest. Hunch, karma, little money tracker, although you don't really need that. You can just write in how much money, and erase or scratch off. I just wanted to do it to show you what you could fit in. So you don't really need that. Weapons. And each category here, each suit, tells you the effectiveness on the tables. So I'll show you some more combat tables. This is going to come up a lot. I know it's a lot. Here's a wall of words and all that in code here. Combat initiative comes up a lot. And it tells you which table, what the entry tells you which table to use here. The combat table, I know it's all squished together more than I would have liked. That's why I ended up going with these and just doing this. A table, one table per card. Skill test table. Different suits, difficulty suit. Passing and failing, that comes up a lot in this game. Also loot tables. Table D, loot table. What kind of money you get after you defeat an enemy or come across a chest or something like that. A loot event table. See, this tape isn't the strongest, so make sure you have good tape when you do this kind of stuff. It has you go to different entries, so something interesting might happen at a certain cache or what have you. Partner stats. I haven't run across a partner yet in this game. I've already played the game through a little bit. I haven't completely finished it, but this will be kind of like a second game for me here, using the same system. Partners, and they have finesse too, and all that, and their wound level and all that kind of stuff. So, and the opponent stats, same thing. No wound, light wound, etc., etc. I just have 2 because I haven't faced off against more than 2 yet so far. So there we go. There's some good intro stuff. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using my phone. Now, I usually don't like using smartphones for my games, but I have such limited space, and the book, the Drifter book, is, you know, it's about as big as this thing, and I don't want to be flipping and hitting the camera and all that. So I'm going to use the old smartphone. I'm going to show you the app here, or using my app here. I'm going to be using that, and it'll be off camera, and then I'll you know, tell you what I'm reading there and what entries to go to, and I'll start making a character. I believe in the next video I'll start making a character, and then hopefully I'll play some of that character through an entry or 2, and then if things really get going, maybe I'll do a third video and just kind of do some more entries. I don't think I'm gonna play it to the end, because again, I don't want to drag things out. I just kind of want to show you how the game's played and the possibilities of it. So thanks for watching. I hope everyone had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year coming up. And I've been pretty busy with everything going on and my other YouTube videos. But yeah, I'm glad to get going again. I'm glad I cleared out some space here, so it's not as congested. And thanks for watching. Keep solo questing.